Hello, and today we're going to look at the cutoffs for NIT Warangal based on 2021 data. There are far too many parents who are asking me this question. In fact, I wanted to do this video sometime later because I wanted students to focus on JEE Advanced. But since the anxiety level of students and parents is very high, I thought I will do this video today. So I'm going to discuss the cutoffs for NIT Warangal Biotech cutoffs based on 2021 data. So what I have covered here is basically the gender neutral category, because as you know that there is a female specific quota. There is a female specific quota. I have not covered the female specific quota here. It will make this whole thing very complicated. So I have covered gender neutral. It is just to give you an idea. Female closing ranks will be almost close, and wherever there are major differences, I'll talk about that. So we will go branch wise, and let's start with biotech. Now in the case of biotech, here there are two columns as you can see. One is the home state and the other is the other state. As you all know, every NIT, 50% of the seats are reserved for home state and the 50% of seats are reserved for other state. And home state, how do you determine home state? Wherever you have done your 12th class or intermediate. So if you have done your 12th class or intermediate in Telangana, NIT Warangal is the category you come under in NIT Warangal is home state. If you have done your intermediate outside of Telangana, then you will have to consider the other state category. So we are looking at NIT Warangal, we are looking at biotech, we are looking at gender neutral. Please remember this, we are looking at gender neutral. Female is not covered here. There are two other categories I have not covered. One is people with disabilities. PWD is something which I have not covered, and that will be there in both open as well as OBC as well as other sections. So I have not covered people with disability. So if you look at biotech, the open category, this is open category. Please remember the open or general category. In general category, the home state quota, home state closing rank is 43,187 and other state is 25,973. 25,973. One thing you need to understand about biotech is biotech generally, by and large, and this year specifically, represents the highest rank for which you will get a seat in BTech in NIT Warangal. So if you belong to open category and Warangal is your home state, I mean Telangana is your home state, then the highest rank for which you will get, or lowest rank, as depends on how you deal with this, the highest rank for which you will get a seat at NIT Warangal in BTech courses is 43,187. Similarly, EWS is 7634, OBC is 15,559, SC is 7474, ST is 1716. So this should answer the question which most parents ask me, will my child get into NIT Warangal? So if you are interested in an answer to that question, you will have to see whether you are within these, look at your category and see whether your rank is less than this. If that is it, then more or less it's likely based on last year trends. But let me also add a word of caution here. These are just indicative. These are 2021 figures, and it is not necessary, and this is 6th round. These are 6th round figures. So it's not necessary that every year the same trend needs to be followed, but generally this is indicative. Now just to give you an idea, as far as female numbers are concerned, if you look at female open category, home state is 43,187 for gender neutral. In the case of female, it is 40,367. Now, in the case of females, in case of biotech, the closing rank is a little lower than 43,187 It is little lower than gender neutral, and that happens only in the biotech branch, not in the other branches. In the other branches, there are the females, and specifically in branches like mechanical and chemical, civil, the female rank is much, much higher. In the case of biotech, perhaps there are less number of males who prefer biotech as opposed to females. So that is the only aberration as far as biotech is concerned. Okay. Now, before we move on, let me also answer this particular question. Apart from BTech, there is the MSc integrated program, MSc in maths, MSc in physics, and MSc in chemistry. I have not covered in this video the closing ranks for these because most students may not be interested. But technically speaking, if you want to get into NIT Warangal, no matter whether it is BTech or MSc, the closing ranks will be something different. In the case of physics, in open category, in gender neutral, last year 2021, the highest closing rank for physics, round 6, was 55,819, 55,819. In the case of maths, it was 49,105. And in the case of chemistry, it was 64,861. So technically speaking, if you want to get into NIT Warangal, irrespective of whether it is BTech or MSc, and you belong to open category, gender neutral, then the highest rank for which you will get a seat is 64,861. 64,861. Okay, now let's move on. The next is chemical. In the case of chemical, home state, open category 22,668, other state 17,305, EWS 3,883, other state 2,725, OBC 7,714, other state 5,907, SC 4,783, 3,470, ST 1,156, 1,353. In the case of female category, just to give you an idea, chemical, the female category closed at 32,082. 32,082. That means about 10,000 ranks higher. This happens in chemical, this happens in mechanical, this happens in civil. All right. The female category, the rank will be much, much higher than gender neutral. Okay. So if you are a female, more chances for you to get into NIT Warangal in chemical, mechanical, civil, even if your rank is a little higher. Okay, let's go on. Next is civil. In the case of civil, again, 29,618 home state, other state 2883. This is the closing rank. EWS 5,204, 3,147. Remember, these are round 6, at the end of round 6. Okay, round 1 maybe is totally different, but this I'm talking about end of round 6. OBC NCL 9673, 6726, SC 4374, 2985, ST 698, 858. And just to give you an idea, civil, in the case of females, it is 34,203. In the case of female, open category, female only, it is 34,203, about 5,000 more than the gender neutral category. Let's move on. Now CSE, the all important CSE, everybody is interested in computer science. Now let's look at computer science. In the case of home state, it is 3,089. So open category, home state, 3,000 rank, most likely you are going to get computer science in NIT Warangal. In the case of other state, it is 1,520. And if you are a female in open category, CSC is 3773. It goes on up to 3773. All right. EWS 587, 188, OBC 1264, 478, SC 496, 367, ST 94, 119. All right. So that is about computer science. Again, we are talking about round 6. Okay, let's move on. EEE, electrical and electronics engineering, open 11,799, other state 8282. And in the case of open that is gender neutral. In the case of open female, it is 14,087. So even in the case of electrical, it's a little higher, way too higher, about 3,000. The difference is around 3,000. EWS 1722 1249, OBC 3932 3078, SC 2116 1702, ST 520 694. That's about EEE. Let's go on to ECE. This is another branch where most students are interested. In the case of open, 6305 5092, other category. Oh, 1 minute. Let me get ECE here. Yeah, 6305 5092. And in the case of, this is gender neutral, as I was talking about. In the case of females, this is 8382. In the case of females, it's 8382. For the other categories also, you can guess the difference will be proportionate. Okay, EWS 1013642, OBC NCL 2184 1901, SC 1523 1230, and ST 507 398. I'm talking about ECE. Let's move on. In the case of MEC, it is 16830 home state and 12485. Corresponding number for females in the case of mechanical is 28777. So 28,777. As I told you, in the case of mechanical, in the case of metallurgy, the difference is very, very high because the number of females who go for this branch is a little less. Okay, now EWS is 2716 2128, OBC NCL 5864 4892, SC 4386 2775, ST 777 1301. Now metallurgy. Let's look at metallurgy. Metallurgy open 39864 24 237. Metallurgy in the case of females is 43116. This particular open category female only quota is 43116. Other numbers are quite evident. EWS 7298 3773, OBC 12567 9183, SC 6206 5068, ST 1500 2099. So that is about all the branches that are there at NIT Warangal. We have covered Biotech, CSE, Metallurgy, Mech, Chemical, Civil, EEE and ECE. The only thing that I have not covered is a 5-year integrated MSc program. That anyway, I've given you the closing rank, open category, gender neutral, I've already given the closing rank. So that should give you an idea. This is only indicative. Please remember, this is end of round 6 NIT Warangal closing ranks 2021. But when you are giving your web options, once the JOSA counseling starts, you have to remember that this year may not follow exactly last year. Just because, say for example, last year metallurgy closed at 39,864, please don't estimate that this year also it will close at 39,864. It may close a little lower, it may close a little higher. So you need to give as many options as possible to be on the safe side. So don't just go by these numbers, you'll have to play safe. In addition to NIT Warangal, you can give other NITs and other branches also. That is something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, now my next video, because this is something again a lot of parents ask me, my next video I'm going to talk about the top 20 NITs, the top 20 NITs. So I'll give some kind of indication as to what would be the order of top 20, because some parents are not very clear as to how they should choose which NIT first, which NIT second. Data out there is very, very vague, or I would say confusing, because NIRF rankings are there, then various YouTube channels give a lot different kinds of rankings. So I will give you one particular way of ranking the NITs in my next video. But those are the students who have not done well in JEE Main this year, who feel they've got the potential. Don't worry, not a problem. There is still a chance to repeat. As you all know, JEE Advanced can be taken twice, 2 consecutive attempts you can make for JEE Advanced. Similarly for JEE Main. So, and a few months from now, you're going to appear for JEE Main and JEE Advanced. You're not going to lose much even if you repeat, because this year the programs are going to start only in November, whereas next year the programs will start sometime end of July, the BTech programs. So end of July. So as opposed to the students who are going to get into IITs and NITs, who are going to have a truncated first year, in your case, you're going to have the full year. So not much of a loss. If you are interested, you can always repeat, provided you think that you've got the potential. The attempt in 2022, you're not very serious, perhaps you didn't do well because of a variety of reasons. You know what the reason is, and you think that you can do better this year, then you can always repeat. Always, as you know, there is that kind of demand, that kind of a premium for a seat at any of the IITs or the NITs. So to help you prepare for this, we have a long-term program for repeaters at our centers, Nallakunta, Madhapur and Vizag. So at all these 3 places, we have a long-term program for repeaters taken by very, very seasoned, experienced faculty. To get more details, you can talk to our executives on these numbers. You can take a screenshot, talk to these people at Nallakunta, Madhapur and Vizag, and at all these 3 places we've got hostel, residential facilities also there. So even if you stay outstation, you can take these courses. All the best and see you again for my next video.